What the release of the guideline of the plan heralds is that Australia has got to the stage where environmental outcomes are valued more highly than people, food production and the prosperity of rural Australia, our kids and their future. Our kids, their future, our communities, our industries and businesses have all been placed on notice. We are expendable. We are being used as collateral for political and environmental purposes. The science takes no account, no consideration of people. Socio-economic analysis is devoid of substance. We hear from the chairman of the authority, and he was quoted in the Australian on Saturday as saying the analysis is urgently needed. Why hasn't this analysis been done before the release of this guideline? The process is deplorable. How does the authority expect our community to respond and deal with such a flawed process, driven by a flawed Water Act, totally imbalanced to the environment, totally insensitive to people? The release of this plan signals a very sad day for Australia, as it challenges the very essence of what Australia is based on, a fair go for all. The plan as it stands is un-Australian. This plan, as outlined in the guideline, is a disaster. It sets up a win-lose outcome. Our community will not tolerate such a situation. The authority's guidelines and the unacceptable process that has been employed to date has forced our community to fight for its survival, to fight for what we stand for. Strong, vibrant communities where our kids have a future full of options and opportunities. Communities that continue to hold a healthy environment is as imperative, and where water is used effectively and efficiently. The Act, the plan and the processes are flawed. The risks of our community are too high, and as a result, today we have written to Minister Burke requesting him to urgently intercept the plan, activating Section 44 of the Water Act. Our objective is the Minister must restore confidence in our communities by amending the imbalance in the Water Act and have the authority completely review the plan to restore balance and confidence. Mr. Taylor and your board, on this basis, our community want to work collaboratively with government and the authority to determine a solution to a complex problem that leads to a win-win, an equitable balance between environmental, social and economic considerations, a win-win based on real consultation and community engagement, and where the balance in the Act and the plan is restored, a fair go for all. Our community challenges you, Mr. Taylor, and the board to demonstrate seriously strong and good leadership and ask the Minister to undertake this review. The stakes are far too high to get this wrong. I now call on this meeting to demonstrate to the authority our lack of confidence in the plan and the process to date, and support a complete review of the plan and the amendment of the Water Act by standing up. I ask you to stand. I hope Mr. Taylor and the authority have got a clear message from what I've just said. I'm happy to give you this document. I'm happy to email it to everybody. And I hope, Mike, from the rhetoric, and I accept your rhetoric throughout this meeting, that you will take on board what we've said. You will take on board the visual impact that's just been presented to you and the impact of 1,000 people turning up in Deniliquin today. Deniliquin has a population of 8,000 people. We have 1,000 people here today. That is substantial. I ask you to take this recommendation back, and I will expect a response from both the board and the Minister in regard to this request. Thank you.
Bruce, I'm happy to give you that response immediately. Clearly we will take on board what you've said, and clearly we'll take that message back in terms of the issues you raised with government. So let me make it absolutely clear. And yes, I would look forward to getting a copy, but I've heard it loud and clear. Thank you.